Story time. Magical books. Once upon a time, there was a little girl, Leah, in the city of Samstania. She was very good at her studies. Because of her strong academic record, she was able to get into one of the best schools in her city in the middle of the school year. One day, her mother saw her with lots of balloons. She asked Leah where she was taking all the balloons. Leah replied that she was taking them to the park as she wanted to celebrate this good news with all her friends from the previous school. She wanted to give these balloons to them as gifts. Her mother smiled and asked her to be back home soon as she needed to keep her things ready for her first day of school tomorrow. Leah promised to be back home early and left. On reaching the park, she met with her friends and informed them of her admission to Sam's International School before handing out balloons to everyone. One of her friends, Sia, told her that she had heard about her new school. All wealthy children study there, and the curriculum is quite strict. Sia advised her to stay at their school rather than transfer to a different one, since she would never come first and would instead fail. Since she lacked the resources that wealthy students enjoy, and because she got admitted in the middle of the session, she will be unable to comprehend anything and perform poorly. Leah was terrified at this point. The next day she got ready but did not look happy. Her mother asked about the reason for her sadness. She told her mother about yesterday's conversation with Sia. Mother asked her not to worry and focus on her new school and studies. She wished Leah all the best for her first day at a new school. On reaching Sam's International School, Leah noticed how big the school was, and children were coming out of their luxury cars. Soon she was reminded of Sia's words. Do not join the new school, otherwise you will never come first. Instead, you will fail as you don't have those facilities which rich students there have. And she became very nervous. Leah entered her class, was welcomed by her teacher and her classmates, but Sia's words kept echoing in her mind. She could not concentrate on what the teacher was teaching. Her half-yearly exams were next month. Her nervousness kept increasing. The days kept moving fast. Leah's tension kept on increasing. It was almost a week now. She had forgotten to smile. When all students got excited for the PE period, she stayed quiet and reserved. PE teacher Mr. Will took all the students of class 4B out for the games. When all students were enjoying themselves, Leah was standing far, looking upset as Sia's words kept echoing in her mind. She lost all her confidence in herself. After sending all students back to the class, Mr. Will called Leah out and told her that he had been observing her for many days. He asked the reason for her sadness. Leah told Mr. Will that she is finding it difficult to concentrate on her studies as she thinks she can never come up to the level of children studying here. Mr. Will understood everything and asked her to bring her bag with all the books tomorrow to the playground in the PE period. The next day, during PE period, Leah took her bag to the playground and gave it to Mr. Will. Mr. Will closed his eyes and said something, then opened them and said the exact words to her bag. Leah found it strange. She asked what he was doing. Mr. Will told her quietly that he knew magic, and now that he had done the same magic on her books, nothing could stop her from coming first in her exams. Mr. Will asked her to remember that she has to sit for her studies with 100% concentration. Only then will magic work. On hearing this, Leah became very happy. Leah sat for her studies with concentration, and to her surprise, she understood her lessons very quickly. Day by day, she was getting ready for her exams. Soon she learned all her subjects and waited for the exams to start. Finally, exams started. Leah gave all her papers very nicely. Her lost smile came back again. The exams were over. Leah was waiting with her mother to collect the result. On their turn, Miss Sam appreciated Leah a lot and said that Leah was the topper of the class as she got an A+ in all the subjects. Leah and her mother were very happy. Leah screamed out of joy and asked the teacher where can she find Mr. Will. Miss Sam asked her to check the playground. Leah ran towards the playground, showed her result to Mr. Will, and thanked him for his magic. Mr. Will laughed and said that he never did any magic. It was Leah who did the magic. The magic was her consistent efforts and hard work that helped her become the topper of her class. Every child can be a magician. It's just that they need to do magic. You can do anything if you do it with concentration and dedication. Leah was surprised and thanked Mr. Will again for making her realize her true self, helping her to come out of her sadness and building her confidence level once again. Moral of the story: believe in yourself and never give up. Be the magician of your own life and keep doing the magic. Hope you liked this story. Thank you.